So, before I share with you why I believe so strongly that I will succeed, let me just express that I know you probably think this is just going to be another one of those videos where I just say that, or I tell you about how special I am or how unique I am, and that I'm just, you know, destined for success while no one else is. But that's not the case, and so that's not what this is going to be about. And neither is this going to be a motivational speech where I tell you to just grind and tell you to just force yourself, dial in and focus. And it's not about any of those things. And actually it's exactly the opposite. Because first of all, I do not believe in grinding one bit. And second of all, what I'm going to share with you is universal. It applies to, or it can be applied to anyone who wishes to succeed, including you. I mean, after all, who doesn't want to succeed? And of course, everyone has their own definition of success. And how I define success is not by, or as fame or money, but rather as inner fulfillment. So bringing out my full potential, which includes inspiring others to bring out their full potential. But that's just besides the point for the purpose of this video. So I kind of caught myself imagining just automatically this morning a scenario where in the future, sometime in the future, I'm being reviewed or interviewed and asked, how did you succeed? Like, what's the reason? And I actually asked myself this. Well, what will be the reason? Like, what would I say? Because I know that it will happen. And I know that might sound ignorant or delusional, but it's not from a place of ego. Rather, it's just in a place of sheer relentless belief. I know that either it will happen because I will make it happen or I will die. So obviously I'm aware of the fact that that's possible, that I will die. But I'm just saying that I will make sure it happens. And either way, I kind of ask myself, well, what actually would I say? And I realized that my answer would be that there are many, and this is me kind of speaking as if I was actually speaking in that scenario. There are many reasons for my success, and many of them are unique to me because everyone is different. And some of them are universal, but there's one single reason which is just so fundamental, and it is the root reason that's just universal and applies to everyone. And that's that I simply persevered. As cliche as it is, I did not give up. And I know that sounds cliche, but let me actually explain the logic behind this. So, I have a belief that if you do not give up, or I'll put it this way, if I never quit, then how can I possibly fail? If you never give up, how can you possibly fail? And I know once again that just still sounds cliche, but to quote Charles Darwin, he said, it is not the fittest, or he said it's not the strongest, it's not the smartest that survive. And this was about evolution he was talking about. It's the most adaptive to change. And how this ties to our notion of success here is that I believe that if you never stop improving, success becomes inevitable. So in other words, if you keep adapting, success becomes inevitable. And, well, once again, this is not about grinding or, forcing yourself to keep adapting or improve every day, because that's what I thought it was about. That's what I used to think success meant, and pursuing success. I thought it was about grinding and just open the window. I thought it was just about forcing yourself and rising each day to just... And this is why I used to do half marathons every Sunday as a 17 or 18-year-old kid. Because I thought I was being training myself to be the toughest of the toughest. But now I've realized that it's not about, you don't have to be the toughest, the strongest, the most calloused. Sure, you can be, but you don't have to be. Instead, it's about what's finding what comes naturally to you, what naturally flows from within you. Because then adapting becomes natural, intuitive. You just sense how you can adapt and improve every single day. Because once again, it just comes naturally to you, it flows out of you. The way I was pursuing success a couple of years ago was through business models that I later realized just weren't for me. They weren't true to me. And so adapting and improving every single day just didn't come naturally to me because I just felt lost day to day. Whereas nowadays, when I'm pursuing filmmaking, it does come naturally to me because I kind of just feels natural to me once again. I keep saying this, but that's just the way it is. And many people think that only the talented or the lucky succeed. But I've already made a video on why that's never the reason, because there's no such thing as being talented or not being talented. It's how are you talented? What are you talented at? So it's not how talented are you, it's how are you talented? What are you talented at? And that's why it's about finding your thing where improving and adapting flows naturally from you. And therefore, if you never stop improving, success becomes inevitable. Because after all, if you never quit, how can you possibly not succeed? I will leave this video with that, and I hope that you do look within, because there's actually a Zen saying, which I wrote at the front of my journal, which I will try to paraphrase right now. It says, I think I'll get it exactly actually. He who searches for light outside of himself dreams. He who looks within awakens. So look within, my friend, and you will find light. And there, eventually, your own version of success, whatever that means to you. I wish you all the best. Until next time, be mega. Ciao.